Forever young, I wanna live forever young. Do you really wanna live forever and ever, forever young?
Hi, people.
Wait till they happen
Well, since they happen
in the streets, everywhere, online street, offline street, things are really happening, and you can never keep up. Things are really happening. So, you know, Ebere, see, I usually wonder why. I know we're all guilty of that. So I don't know if we are, but I'm just saying, like, you know, when you attend parties or this, you know, we're singing happy birthday to you, and you know, when it gets to the point where you ask the person, how old are you now? And the person goes, plus 1, 2. Yeah. So like these are the issues. Why?
See, there is something that is often in our minds. Like we just whisper it most times. We don't want to say it out. And that's the pressure of aging. It's very common nowadays. It's very common in our society these days. And a lot of people don't want to admit their age. It's either they reduce it. Okay, we have situation or scenarios where you ask someone, how old are you? And they laugh it off. Or maybe they just don't, they stall until they don't answer you.
Yeah.
And you even have scenarios where you ask people, how old are you now? And they feel the need to increase or decrease it. So why are we scared of aging? Or why is there that pressure of aging?
Yeah.
So today we're going to dissect it. Joining us is a beautiful lady, a mom, a wife. She's a hair connoisseur. And she's also an entrepreneur. In fact, she's a creative. She's all around somebody. Like you know,
we used to say here, all around somebody.
All around somebody. Help me welcome Sandra Onolameme.
Thank you so
Welcome,
much,
Sandra.
Thank you so much.
You look edible even.
Oh,
If that's the word to describe someone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on
Thank you for
hanging out with us.
Enigma
Woman,
podcast.
Thank you for accepting to hang out with us and spend these days with us.
It's fine.
So how are you feeling? What's the vibe check now?
I feel good. I feel okay. Yeah. I'm comfortable. Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on.
So let's go, you guys.
But what we want to talk about, we all can relate.
Yeah,
I think we all can relate. You know?
Sure.
So I was saying, very like, how do we? I don't know. I used to think aging for the first part of my adult life. I used to think like aging was something you look up to. Until I noticed this pattern or whatever in the society where you ask someone their age and then the person will say, especially when you're singing birthday songs, I'm like, how old are you now? And the person goes to say, I am plus 1. And you're like, why is there a need to conceal the actual age? Yeah. So is it like fear of something, especially with women? In fact, I used to hear this saying growing up, like, they know they ask woman her age. Is that even a thing?
Sure.
Why is it that they know they ask woman her age?
Sure.
Is it so sacred or something?
I don't know why you.
They know they ask woman her age.
But I don't know why. I think different people with different reasons, right? Some people it might be they feel they've not achieved what they want to achieve at a certain age.
Yeah.
So they feel the need not to disclose their age.
Conceal their age, yeah.
But does it really matter?
Well, I also think that for most women, they tend to, there's this idea of you want to be forever young. You can be young at every and any point of your life. Yeah. You don't have to be in your 20s to be young. You can be young at 30, you can be young at 40, you can be young at 50.
Young at heart.
Yes, exactly. So, especially the, new age ladies, now.
Yeah.
Everybody's 22. Everybody's 23. Nobody's crossing that line.
Like,
exactly. Nobody wants to
25.
Exactly.
Every year, it's 25. Why?
And then also men tend to, I think society, not just men, tends to, look down on women once they get to a certain age and they've not achieved, some things in life. They're like, oh, this one is an old cargo now, there's that term,
that
old cargo,
timeline we have for everybody.
So that's just it. Yeah.
Because I think, dude, like I was asking you this morning before, podcast, like, do men go through that pressure too, or just a woman thing? Do you think it's just everybody? Because for men, I would think maybe their own would be you have to be married at a certain age, which is not really a thing for them. And then the billionaire status. I think that would be where their own pressure is coming from. Like they have to make this money, they're getting old and stuff. But who's counting? Who's checking? Who's putting that timeline? By 20, you should have finished school. 25, you should have gotten a job, married, doing well in your career or whatever.
Most times we are the ones putting it on ourselves because
but the society does too.
Yeah, we do first.
Okay.
Like if when you were just entering the university and you were calculating and making plans for yourself and you tell yourself, okay, once I'm done with school, 4 years I'm done, 1 year NYSC, I'll get a job,
start working,
in 2
get
years,
married.
3 years I'll get married, in 9 months I'll give birth to my baby. And when you don't do all that, when it doesn't align or go through all the process or plans you have been made in your head,
you feel stuck.
You start holding back and feeling the need not to come and start
understand, but our parents also actually play a huge role in this.
Pressure?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Because from when you leave secondary school, some people might not want to go into the university immediately. Some people have talents. Somebody might want to sew, want to do music or something, but your father or your mother is telling you, oh, my son's daughter is a 19-year-old medical doctor, or my this. Do you understand? So there's pressure also from home. Your dad is on your neck, like you have to write jam, you have to do this. By 20, you should be a graduate. I was lucky to have gotten some things early. I graduated uni at the age of 20. So I was lucky enough to have gotten, but it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
The timeline shouldn't be generalized and say there's this timeline we all have to follow. Actually, we all have our own destiny to fulfill, because I remember one day, this reminds me in church, one time like that, I was already, I think about 20. And it was a serious prayer point for me. Say, by 25, I must have gotten my own house and my own car.
But that's a good prayer point now.
Looking back, I was praying with all my heart, and the day I turned 25, for some reason, my mind took me back to that
prayer.
25. Okay.
Do I have my house?
I remember I closing up my eyes, I can actually remember the exact way I was praying that prayer. But I was praying God, if you don't do this one, in fact, I'm going to break up with you. And I was by 25, I must have my house and I must have my car.
Okay.
Because, of course, it was fueled by pressure, whether in the highest degree or subtle pressure. But it was fueled.
What we feel it.
Yes, that's the right age to get those things. Or if you don't get it, then automatically you're a failure. Because society would determine or try to determine, and the comparison is there, like you said, with the parents. We tend to compare children and then parents too would put that pressure on their fellow parents. But by the time, if there was this joke we used to come up with at home, we read it in one of our elder sisters' book, so the ladies were coming, mothers saying, oh, my son has a PhD. The other one, oh, my son has a this. And then the woman was looking what did her son? She was my son has a job.
Oh, that's a job.
My son has a PhD. My son has a job too. So they put pressure on this, and when they come back home, and you see some parents without, they wouldn't believe that you have your own timeline, or even support you in that timeline. Kind of would think your mates are doing this, you're not doing that, and then put young people depression.
So that's why I said it starts with the parents, actually, not just us. I mean, we tend to, especially in Africa, we tend to lean towards what our parents put us through. So that's just it.
And even when you see circle of friends, especially female friends, and they're getting married, everyone is getting married in the
that is a pandemic.
It's like you're having that urge Let me go and look for my own husband.
husband.
Where are you?
So you see,
pressure.
young girls going into marriages they never should have gone into.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
I mean, I believe in life. It's just okay to take your time.
Yeah.
Just take your time.
Mm.
The
Every
only thing
individual.
constant in life is change. So at every point in life, you have to switch, change. So just take your time.
Take your time.
Live your life to the fullest. There's no rush. There's no
And no
worry.
pressure. Like your own
Are we
person
going
will
to
come.
understand that?
What is fueling that pressure? We say parents, and then is it your peers?
Your peers,
Parents, society, everything.
ourselves.
Exactly. And you know, I don't know if you guys know of this thing when they say your biological clock is ticking.
For the women.
I mean, biological clock
it's
ticks for
ticking, no man.
everyone, for a man, for a
of
woman.
course.
So I don't know why.
Like, personalize it more with the ladies.
Ladies,
like your
yeah.
especially with reproduction.
Yes.
But we've seen that, the technology in place, medical technology, has made it possible for someone in her 40s, to also 50s to have a child. Because if you can freeze your eggs, that's also another example. You can freeze your eggs when you're ready, stuff like that. But I know everybody cannot afford that. But I'm just trying to say we should stop that, or people should stop that with the biological clock ticking for a woman. Because that's, like you said, it's a pandemic. Because you see people rush like we're on a race, life is a race. We're all rushing to, achieve something. And then it puts that pressure. You notice where everybody wants to portray or show that they are doing something, even when it's not fulfilling. Because of that, you feel like your age or something, you need to start doing something, and then you just dabble into something that's might be just bad for you. That pressure is real, and I think it affects our decisions, especially not just we, but people in general. You ordinarily will not take a job, or you ordinarily will not pursue a career path. But because of that pressure of aging, you just dive into it and, end up being sad or, stuff like that. So what are your thoughts on, just following things because you feel you're getting old and you just dabble into something that it's not for you?
Well, anyone who knows me personally, I turned 30 some days ago. Anyone who knows me personally would know how much I have longed for this age. I mean, when I turned 25,
sometimes it's the opposite.
When I turned 25, I kept saying, oh my God, in 5 years, I'm going to be 30. And then my birthday is October 30th. So I was like, I'm turning 30 on the 30th. It's going to be like, I've been looking forward to it. I've been telling all my friends, they know that.
Alignment.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I've never ever lied about my age, ever. Quote me anywhere.
So when you turn 40, you're still going to maintain this energy, right?
Of course. I've never lied about my age. I do not see the reason to. I do not see the need to. I do not think, at some age, I'm not going to be beautiful enough. I do not think, by this, I do not think, I've not achieved whatever I want to achieve at this age. I don't believe all that. I just believe life is beautiful. Live it to the fullest. You understand? Do not let your age or anything, restrict you or take you back from enjoying life. Because if you are, let's say, for example, a lady is, let's say 28, and then she has friends who are like 22, 23 to 25, and they're married, and she's not married yet. And she's like, oh my God, in 2 years, because I believe 30 is like the deadline for women to get married. Once they're getting to 30 and they're not married, their body's shaking, like, oh my God, 30 is already knocking on the corner. Yes, just relax. If you're in a relationship, take a good look at the man you're dating. Is it worth it? Are you stable enough to go into this thing called marriage? Because trust me, you're married. It's a lot. So just take your time, do your research, pray, ask God for, foresight, wisdom, everything before you go into anything that,
pressure. Because I think marriage in itself is good, but it shouldn't be something you look forward to because you are aging and saying, oh, I'm 30, I'll be 30, I'll never marry you.
Yes.
Never, putting pressure and just like marry the other aspect of life, career-wise, maybe finance, you want to attain this particular status or some before you turn this age and stuff like that. I think the most important thing should be that you are actually in motion. You get what I mean? You're in motion to where you want to be when you arrive, because there's this thing they say there's this thing they say in Igbo. They say it just means that when you wake,
whenever
that's your
you
morning.
wake up.
Whenever you wake up. So if you wake up at 40,
that's your morning.
That's your morning. Start achieving what you want to be. So I don't think that I think we should do better if we are by any means fueling it, especially if we're in a group of friends and then someone is doing something and this is their timeline. It shouldn't be used to kind of put the other
down,
because these pressures exist in pairs. When maybe one is like everybody has gotten a job. Let me even give you an example. When we just finished from university, right? I mean, not university, secondary school.
Okay.
So I had friends who just gained admission immediately. Of course, Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for mine, and then they were doing it maybe because I wouldn't say they were doing it to spite me or something, but I know it puts me under some sort of pressure as at that age because they gained admission, and my friend will call me like, "Oh, I just finished my registration. We'll start lectures next week." I'm like,
sometimes it's not even them.
It's like
just sharing their stories. It's ourselves, and
like you said, So she will tell me like, "Hey, lectures. I don't understand my lectures. Like, when is this admission coming?" So like, I just moved into the hostel now. I'm like, like they're giving you updates and you're not there yet, and then you're like,
God when.
So why I'm driving at that is that I was just maybe about 17, right?
Okay.
And I had already started putting myself under that pressure to want to gain admission into the university.
You were still young.
That gets to my
very
question
young.
now. How do we even prepare kids not to be in this aging pressure when they feel that they need to have achieved something because their peers are achieving it? Do you get? I know that, like you said, that colleague or friend of mine, she probably was not just calling me to spite me. She was just sharing her experience. It was exciting to her. And at that point, she had not developed that emotional intelligence to like kind of share that message, right? So, but I was pressured, not because of her, but can we do something different to the younger ones we are raising, not to feel that pressure? Because if you say, okay, society should stop, can it really go? Can the pressure really go? But I think the real impact
it can reduce. Maybe it will not go entirely, but because it will always be there. Because it has been there since like ages. Because I saw recently, a 1995 article someone wrote and published on a national newspaper. And it was nothing to write home about. They were talking about how a woman will have to pancake her face just to look younger, and the married women will have to pancake their face. The 1995 article on a newspaper.
That's 30 years ago.
I'm thinking of, okay, who is this? Who is the editor? Who is this? Like, you opened your eyes, you read it.
Yeah.
I know if it's now, or if you should resurface now, it's going to like get a lot of
backlash.
Yeah. Because
so you can imagine it just started then. So we need to, like, when we're talking to our kids, you can see the signs now.
Yeah.
Because some of them they are pressured, the peer pressure and everything. You can just like educate them on that.
Yeah.
Okay, because this person is wearing this shoe,
doesn't mean
you want to wear this type of shoe.
Innocently. Innocently. I feel like what we should just teach them is while you're on your journey, master where you're at. Okay. Yes, just master where you're at while you're on your journey. So be a master first, wherever you find yourself while you're on your journey to becoming a better person.
Because it's really an irony when we pray for, I want to live long, I want to, age, and then when the aging actually comes, we are concealing it. Because people even equate aging with being ugly. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you are losing your youthfulness.
Yes.
And then because we all want to keep tapping into our youth fountain and just be,
that's why there's Botox
and everything, because we are actually scared of aging. I'm like, we pray for long life, Aging in itself is not a blessing.
Yes.
So why do we have to, growing up, I used to be like, when I see older women, I'm like, hey.
So one day
I would have, and stuff like that. But I'm like, being old is not such a thing we should be afraid of, or try to ashamed of, or try to conceal it, or you start looking, hey, there's a wrinkle here, my smile lines are getting big, or stuff like that.
But funny enough, it's a blessing. But funny enough, it can go the other way. Because some people like to increase their ages, maybe because of
school me
a
on
lot
that.
of barriers. When it comes to opportunities. Let me just put it like that. When it comes to even age, when someone finishes secondary school early, you have to be a certain age before you enter the university. So at that point, they are feeling like
they're still small.
I want to increase my age. Some people go as far as increasing their age. You want to open a bank account. You don't want to have a sponsor or maybe your parents, any of the parents.
No, but with bank account, would you prove that?
Yes.
I
don't want to say anything. When I opened my very first bank account, I went there and then they said, okay, you have to bring your parents, maybe my dad or my mom to come. I told them I'm 18. They said, okay, let me see. You have to get your birth certificate. Said, if I will not write 1990, you understand? Just to get, even though it was like 1 year, I was 17 at that time. And also, there are just a lot of times that we want to, even at workplaces, when you have opportunities, and they look at you like, oh, you're too young to manage this. When you're capable, you have
someone who
all these things.
A young man doing well for himself, but whenever he wants to, we find out that he's trying to either lie about his age, so that, because sometimes the older people may just want to shove you aside, even with your opinions, and just like,
because they feel you don't have experience.
Exactly.
And even when you have experience, they will tell you, oh, you're too young to handle. Don't worry, now your turn is coming. You still have long time.
Exactly. Well, and I also know someone that reduced his age when he was very much younger because of this WAEC thing. I think he said when all his classmates were writing their age, he now realized that he was the youngest in the class. So he, I think, added about 3 years. Do you know that thing stuck? And it's a problem now
for him.
So now he's still,
because now he's in like, let me not say, he's in like a sector where retirement ages. So he's realizing that he will be retiring earlier than the supposed. Which it's a good thing if you want. Maybe you have something else you want to do with your life. Well, it's not a good thing if you're still young, and then there's some emoluments and things that you're supposed to actually gather. 3 years is a lot. So he's going to lose. So now he's thinking, oh, do I go back to my drawing board and reconstruct this thing, correct that mistake, or just live with it like that?
And even this workplace thing, when someone is fresh out of university, or organizations will tell you, okay, we are recruiting, then the age range is maybe between this and this, and you're qualified, but you can't apply because of your age, because you're 30, because you are 29, because you are, and that affects a lot of people. You see a lot of people who are jobless, not because they don't have the ability or certificate or qualifications, but because they don't fall into that age. Just maybe 1 year apart or 2 years. Like, why you do that to us? It's so sad.
This age thing has a lot of sides.
And you see girls, they want to be big girls.
And they want to be 18. They want to be at the club. This thing, let me tell you. I think it's like, I don't know, life is a phase. If that makes sense. When we were much younger, we could not wait to be university chick. Let me go to university. So when you are in school now, and and then you are there, you are that age. You see, some people now want to be in that age forever. Every year, you don't want to move again. The same age, 25, and then like, they're old. Yes, forever. It's like, and especially with the media space, I think when they grow old, especially with the ladies, their worth or value sometimes begins to reduce, because the younger ones would now start looking out for those fresh talents. So that's why maybe I would think the people in the media or space are trying to just
feel the need to reduce their age.
Just stay to a particular age so that But if I think if those stakeholders in the media, if they can embrace these different ages, and give them job or find a movie role for them, or their presenters or whatever, so that they don't feel the need. Because I think it will be the industry trying to get them to be at that certain age so that they have at least food on the table.
True.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's true. Recently, maybe like last year, I saw comments, and someone made a comment that caught my attention. He said, every time you see romance movies, Nigerian romance movies, they're just like young people. Is it that the older ones don't have the romance? Like, get us. If you look at American movies,
they have
see,
like in your 40s, falling in
their
love.
40s, 50s. You see them, they're falling in love.
It's not common,
I know, but in Nigeria,
I think there's one Nigerian movie I saw recently. I don't watch Nigerian movie too much, but like my sister makes me watch sometimes. Yeah. There's this thing about a younger guy that got married to an older lady. When I mean older lady, she's not even like really older. She's maybe like 40s. And in the movie, it was just centered around how, because she's getting old, she's trying to quickly have a baby, have babies, and it affected their marriage. The guy was actually using her for her money anyway, because she was rich. But then it just shows that, this whole thing about women, once you get to a certain age, you're trying to do this, you're trying to, you're desperate. IVF, you want to quickly, it's just a lot on women. I feel like life should just be easy on women. I mean, the salt of the earth without us. Without us, exactly. Where the sweetness So
I get what
life should be easy on us.
Because the pressure is not, and then society will not let you forget that you're aging. Especially when maybe, for example, they feel like you should be married, you should have children, you should be so like your biological clock is ticking, you need to, and then the woman is putting herself on that pressure.
But what about women that are 30, 35, not married, are thriving in their careers, are millionaires, billionaires. There are women like that also.
Because I'm like, marriage should not
Some married people even envy unmarried people. Because they're like, you don't have to take care of. You have time. You can do this, you can do that. So it's two ways. Just be happy wherever you're at.
Be grateful for your age. You know. The thing is, like I said in the beginning, the most important thing is that you are in motion. So you're not stuck, right? You're in motion. Even if you are not where you want to be, but you're in motion. Yes, that's the most important thing, because it's really too much on the ladies. I think the ladies face it more than the men. The men can just easily navigate that age stuff. But with the ladies, like, it's, and then they won't let you forget. Either family, you go to the village, aunties are saying stuff. Like, when are we going to
aunties?
Aunties.
Nigerian aunties, they're not beating this allegation anytime.
No, because when you go to the I had a friend, that told me that whenever they travel for Christmas, you see all the aunties, the only thing they look for is like, when are we going to come and drink? When are we going to come and drink and dance? So that's the only thing. And then, like you said, there are women who are thriving in other parts. They are, very good business women, or they're doing well in their career, or they're just doing other things, and it's not just marriage. And then, because you're not married at that age,
they just water down every other thing.
People focus on those things that are like looking like flaws.
That's why. Yes. But I mean, when you're, so that you don't go into one kind of marriage and get out immediately.
Exactly.
You just
start regretting.
You rush in, you rush out.
As well.
Enigma woman.
Okay, so with aging, it says like you evolve with each, phase or each decade, right? And then you kind of there's this I don't know if it's a thing, but say maybe in your 20s, you're more of like looking for validation, not necessarily social media. Because at some point in our life, we were looking for validation. It could be from your siblings, from your cousins, from your friends, right? That can be seen in your 20s. And then when you get to 30s, you're discovering yourself. You are trying to learn the things you want for your own self. And then at 40 is that age, like 40 upwards, is that age where you really don't care for validation or, someone, you don't care. You just are your own person. You want to do what you want to do. So you just turned 30 and you've celebrated it like, like you said, you have been looking forward to this age.
Yeah.
Did you think that you've kind of like evolved in a way that you've discovered yourself? Or you're like, oh, I've not even scratched this off. It's like, this is where it begins.
Well, for me, I would say, honestly, it's about to get real now.
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
I feel like this age, my 30s, is about knowing myself and owning it. You understand?
Yeah.
Accepting what I have become,
where
I am at, and just owning it. So right now, what I want to do is just, bask in my feminism, love God more, be closer to God, closer to family, and just live a life that glorifies God and be extremely happy. Like, I feel like my 30s is the age for like, do you know, like, I just want to be
joy overflow in my heart
every day. I do not want to frown for any reason. I do not want anybody to piss me off. I just want to be extremely happy. Money, no money, job, no job,
business, no business.
Thank God I have something going on.
Yeah,
I'm already a wife, a mother. I already have that part. But like my other part, I'm also going to like build my brand better. My hair brand, build it better. And then just, live life, because the party is just getting started.
Right? And let's like,
amen to that. That's what happened in New Year.
That's the one like no, but
they say you have to clock it only with nails on. That if you don't have nails, you're not
let's
no, we can clock.
No, but this is our podcast. Please clock it. At least this is where we have the most, independence. Yeah. But it's good to hear that you are approaching your 30s, in this light, the aura you're already exuding is one that would bring more joy, because you were looking forward to joy, and then you're at the place where you are now prioritizing yourself, your happiness and peace. Yeah. We get to a point in life where it's either it's not that say you've experienced that shiggy, but if you don't see people experience shiggy, you don't know what shiggy can be, and then you get to a point where like, I just want to be at peace. Just enjoy myself. Just be happy with the things I have. Like you said, whether it's there or it's not there, just regardless, choose to be happy. And that's what is what happens with evolving.
Yeah, and I'll say something again. Life is really short, like very short. So
short.
With the time you have left on earth, you just have to be mindful, and then I do not want to look back
and have regrets.
God forbid something happens to me tomorrow. I want to be remembered as someone who they say, oh, she was such a happy soul. She jolly good fellow. You understand? Yeah, she was always smiling. She was always. I don't want to be that. Oh, is it not that babe that was always grumpy? Is it not that girl that was always stuck up? I just want everybody. I just want to be reminded as remembered for my joy, my goodness,
and it's contagious. It's like happiness is contagious.
So I'm sure your friends, they should watch out for more joy exuding from you.
Exactly.
Your spouse, your kids. We're like, something is different with mommy. And mommy is so happy. Maybe if you used to shout before like life.
Exactly. Mommy doesn't even shout
anymore.
This birthday came with a lot of
and that's how your blessing starts flowing. Because if you already have that mindset, nothing is stopping. God will just keep dishing it out one after the other.
Amen. No, this thing is like a general resolution for people entering a certain age, because
now you're making me look forward to my 30. Okay.
So of course, now say party.
30.
Once I get to this, they have like a particular resolution for this particular age. So like yours now, like you're saying, once you clock 30.
So for the whole decade,
some people they'll say, okay, once they clock 40, they're just doing their own thing. They're not minding. They're not even sending anybody, and which is really good. Yeah.
Because I know that I have a sister, right? This is like kind of unrelated, but maybe I have a sister who is 10 years older than me, and I know whenever she's celebrating her birthdays in the group, and they say she's this age, automatically minus 10. I'm like, I'm the old one. And I'm like, and then they're like, how old are you? Like, these children are not the old though. Like, when someone is growing, I'm like, it's I'm more like, wanting to be happy. Practice it, not just saying it. Practice that happiness, because like you said, life is truly really short. To waste your time, your age and everything on thinking, okay, you've not gotten to where you want to be, or somebody's telling you that why have you not done this like this or stuff like that. It takes away happiness and joy from someone's existence, because you are constantly having that expectation. And then if that's not God's plan for you, you will just keep on being sad.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you might be planning that, okay, in your
I like what you said, God's plan.
If that's not God's plan for you, you'll be sad. Or because if you have that expectation that by 25 you should have done this, and God is taking you on a journey for something else. That means before you get there, you'll be sad. You'll just be grumpy. You'll just be, living an unfulfilled life because that expectation has not been met at that time. You hear people come and give testimony like they kind of forgive themselves for, putting pressure on themselves that they did not achieve something, a goal within a certain age, not knowing that what God had planned for them in the future is even way better.
Yes, and you have people that will come to you. I have this particular somebody close to me, and she was talking about how she has entered 30. She's not married yet, and she has everything going on very well for her.
That's the problem.
I'm telling her,
why?
See, before I even get to this place that you're getting to, do you know how many years it's going to take me? You can see husband tomorrow, or the husband can see you tomorrow. You guys are married. Next 9 months, you're a mom and a wife.
Yeah.
So it's just like how many months apart, and you have achieved everything. So you should always be grateful, because you see people looking up to you. Even myself, I'm looking up to you as they're seeing me like this. So we also have to like encourage people that maybe feel like that sometimes, or have that mindset. Of course, we should evolve beyond all of
that.
Because age is just a number.
It's a number. Like whenever you decide that you are awake, that's your morning, and you can achieve what you want to achieve and live a very fulfilled life without being under that pressure of a timeline. You need to, achieve something at a certain age. It's sad, and a lot of people are living that life now. And I hope they come across this conversation and video and find out that really there's no timeline to anything. Follow your own, just be in motion. That's the most important thing. And then experience life fully, right? I know that life comes with challenges, maybe one shaggy or the other, but just be in motion and be happy. So that, because constantly on social media, and social media too is social media is a tool that fuels this timeline stuff a lot. You see, someone would come, and they may not be posting this out of, wanting to spite the other women. Maybe like you said, they're just being happy for themselves. But that will now put pressure on other people, like, I see this, so she don't marry you, oh, she don't get a job, or oh, she's not doing this. You see how old she is and she has achieved all this stuff. And then you're putting pressure on yourself, forgetting that person has a time. In fact, I had a cousin that used to say something. You might live your life in your first 30 years and everything is going on for you, right? Maybe your lifespan of age is 40 years. And in 40, you've gone to meet God. Do you get my point? And then you might live a good 80, 90 years. And your life, like those things you want, is just starting at 40, 50.
Yes.
Because you see a different timeline for different people.
Of course. And you see people that started what they started at a very, maybe in their when they're middle-aged or something like that. You see the milealistic Colonel Sandra that started KFC at the age of 62. You see Mo Abuju that started the whole media thing, the Ebony Life at age of, was it for something or 50 something? So we still have a long way to go. We still have our lives to live. So we shouldn't
live on your own timeline. Live on your own timeline.
Exactly.
When he said that, when he gathering, and I was thinking that this makes sense, because if somebody is achieving everything at 30, and the person's lifespan is 40, do you understand? At 40 years, the person has gone to meet their creator. And then you have a good old 90 years to live this world, and maybe your life is you're just starting to scratch the surface, maybe at 50, and then become that billionaire and stuff like that.
And you're already bugging, So just take things easy. Live life like every day is your last.
Right.
Actually.
And just be, like you said, be remembered for the fullness of life that you carried. For instance, like I used to say, like, I want my kids to remember me as like, your mother really lived good. She did things like she's even at my burial, that's like our mother likes happiness. So when
I see some like women, there's one Arinze lady, I don't know if you guys know, she's quite popular on TikTok and Instagram. She's always dancing. I love her. I'm like, I just like this
I
is not
just
like the ideal mommy. Like
yeah,
she's
yeah.
vibing, singing all these biscuit Davido
dancing,
songs,
yeah.
you know,
Okay,
and then you see her dancing with her fellow. So I'm sure even maybe CWO, she's still a
Dancing.
member. This one, like, so you can't just say, oh, it's just this.
Yeah.
Explore, like, touch everything, every aspect of
Every
life,
aspect,
so that you can say, oh, I truly live life to the fullest.
yeah.
Whenever
on your own
I think
time.
that's the goal.
That's
Yeah.
really, that should be the
That's
goal.
the goal.
You're living life with your own timeline, not necessarily looking at the other person and, you know, how it's going for them at that age. You know,
Yes.
just follow God's plan for you, because that would be the ultimate. You know, one thing about God's plan, you want something to happen faster. If it's not really God's plan for you, it will happen at the time He wants it to happen.
Because God's timing is not our time.
Yeah. So when it now happens, like, I think I should have been more kinder to myself. I waited for this thing. I didn't know it was going to be so glorious like this. You know, I'm glad we had this conversation in the way we can all relate.
Yes, honestly, that's the better.
Yeah,
Right?
and more love to our women, please.
And we face them. I'm telling you,
Women,
the pressure is worse than our side.
Getting worse.
Girls, ladies, young girls, be easy on yourself. Don't worry, you get everything at the appointed time for you. You don't have to get married at the age of 20, at the age of 25. You can be married at 35 and still have beautiful kids and a lovely home, lovely family. You can your career can be like at the peak at 28 and life will still, you know, just be easy on yourself.
Send grace to yourself.
That's my take home message today.
So let's play some games and lighten up, or no, the mood is already lightened. So let's play some. Very. No, we used to do these our games well.
What games are there?
Yeah, you see. But it's
Just easy game.
Interesting.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Do you trust us? Try to. At least we've taken ourselves on this beautiful conversation.
Okay.
Do you trust us?
Yeah, I do.
You're not so sure.
I said I do.
No, you don't into my eyes and say you trust us.
I do.
Okay, figure it out.
It's game time.
Okay.
So, this segment is called "How old were you when?"
Okay.
I'm going to read out. Okay, I'm going to ask the question, then you tell me.
Okay.
How old were you when you first felt grown?
I like that question.
When I first felt grown,
How old were you?
I would say 17. In between 16 and 17.
I was around that age.
Because that's the year I got into
To go.
No,
University.
uni.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, university
I wasn't
makes you
17 yet.
Oh,
I
okay.
was going to be 17. So I got into uni at 16. And I'm like, okay, I'm a big girl now.
Yeah,
I'm a big
right.
girl now.
I think it's that for us who
Yeah.
maybe had gotten to the university at that
Yes.
age. Because
Yeah.
existing with university, when you go
you
to higher,
just-
yeah,
you're
of
like,
course.
okay, I've arrived. I'm not a big
Yes.
chick, you know?
Okay, so the second question: how old were you when you realized your mom was right about something?
Oh, wow. Very young. Very, very young.
Like 0-year-old.
No.
Because our mom's
not
always right.
zero, but maybe like teenage age.
Yes,
Yeah, it's something personal that I will
We'll share.
I can't
That's
say. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like I was really young.
When you
and it's
realize-
something about men.
What's to do? I'm like, okay, my mom was right. Okay, that's good. For me, maybe when I started having kids.
Okay.
That was like the moment, because I then became mindful of
A
like,
mother
this is
thing,
what my mom used to go through. She was
Yeah.
actually right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always known my mom is right about everything. Almost everything anyway.
Yeah.
How old were you when you stopped caring what people think?
I don't know. Do I have to put an age? to it?
Yeah. For me, it's not so significant, but I really do not really care about what people say in that light. I care about what my loved ones say, because most times my behavior might affect them. But if I really don't know you, you not care. So it's not like a significant age for me. Like, was at 20, I stopped caring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I can't put an age to
Age,
it. Yeah, but I know like I was self-aware early enough.
Early enough, yeah.
How old were you when you realized you were becoming your mother?
Oh my days. Probably when I started having kids as well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I was becoming her, because I feel like our modern lifestyle was
Has
a bit,
been
is a bit
evolved.
different.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First because I was her only child, so I would say she was a bit, more.
Pampering.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit more of the strict, not so strict, but like
the balance.
Intentional
exactly,
parenting, like.
Intentional.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay, so this one is age, myth, or truth.
Okay.
So I'm going to read out a statement. You
So
tell
we're
me
going to say
if
it is a myth.
truth or
Or myth. Okay.
Okay.
you are less beautiful after 40.
You're what?
Less beautiful after 40.
You said myth or what?
Truth.
Nah, myth.
Yeah, it is. It should be a myth. Because
It's a myth.
aging is also beautiful, right?
Yes.
So
It's a myth.
So
it is that we're all going to get there. You see this aging. I thought we are going to live long on earth.
even people that age shame, like, why do you even do that?
Yeah.
You're going to be there someday.
We are all going to get
you want
there. And
to.
it's a blessing. So unless you don't want to
Exactly.
age, you know.
Have you guys seen this movie, The Age of Adeline?
No, what's about?
So it's a movie about someone that was struck by lightning, a young lady that was struck by lightning, and then she stopped aging. Just try
I
and
think
watch
I've
the
seen it.
movie.
Where? I've read a book, Locked in Time. It's just.
It's no longer on
like that.
Netflix. She has to check one of all these movie.
Prime, I think Prime.
You might not find it on Prime. Just ask someone. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
She-
if I
she
come
didn't
across, I would like
age.
to watch that.
She was struck by lightning. She didn't age. She lived. I can't remember how many years. She lived so long that a lot of people she knew, they died. She was still she had to move cities, so people don't recognize her. She had to change the color of her hair, cut it short. She ended up dating her okay, I can't call him her boyfriend, but she dated someone briefly, shortly, a while ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, the man had married, aged, his wife was dead. She now redated his son.
His son.
Yeah, and then the boy took Adeline home to his dad to say, "Oh, this is my girlfriend." And immediately she's like, he opened the door. I'm like, "Hi, and the man said, Adeline." She said, "No, that's my mother," but that was her.
Yeah.
And the man is like, the resemblance. He caught her.
Really?
Yeah, because then he was a student doctor or something there, and then there was one time she had a cut and he stitched. I don't know what one part he stitched. Yeah. So one day she was talking and he just saw it and he held her hand. I'm like, I stitched this myself
for you
so many years ago. How come you still have it? You understand? No, at some point she wanted to even die. Because that's everybody they're now old. They have kids. You're just the same, moving from one city to another because you're trying to hide.
So see why aging is
exactly. Age is beautiful. Aging is beautiful.
Okay.
So it's too late to start something new in your 50s.
No.
Myth.
Yes, obviously.
That's some serious myth. No. Time and without number. A lot of people have showed us that they can start a business and it's thriving at that.
Look at our government. The president, how old is the president?
That would be an example.
Why would you use to an example?
Like for him to be a president at the age of
8. I get
dream of being start anything. Yes.
Actually, it's good. It's a good example.
Really?
So
okay.
Men age better than women. Is that even no?
No, see, now women are beginning to be more mindful. So that's why we are aging.
Maybe then, but
some women you see that some the men are still looking, and for whatever reason, the woman must have gone through a lot or whatever. Yeah, she's looking older. You hear some couples and I say, "Is this your first son? That's your husband." So, but now we are beginning to be more mindful. Taking care of ourselves and stuff like that. So it's now in me.
Was probably a truth back in the day, but not longer.
Wrinkles mean you're getting old.
Well,
that's true.
That should be fact. So
that's true.
Right?
Unless maybe you've gone through one kind of stress, like the stress level is so high, higher than your age, and then wrinkles shows up.
Yeah,
wrinkles come with age. Actually,
it comes with age.
Aging women lose relevance.
Myth. That's not true.
Yeah, that's insulting. Actually,
it's you know why I would say it's neither here nor there. You know why I say that? Why do you think the people in the media space stick to one age? Because they know that and it's sad. That's why we're having this conversation so that people are more inclusive, right? If they are aging, give them jobs, because let them also, like you said, some of the movies, romantic movies are always younger people. Can't old people also fall in love? So that's why I said it's neither here nor there. Yeah. So many of them think they would lose their relevance when they get older, and because maybe the stakeholders are not giving them jobs or opportunities.
But this media space, they should do better. Like, they should start letting us see the other side, not just bringing
open letter to the media space. If you're watching this, please, we want to see
more older women, even fall in love, romantic movies too,
people fall in love and everything.
So they are not stuck to that age, because I pity them too. It's a lot to be stuck to a particular age.
Not every time they're not
because you have to keep up their appearance. You have to do a lot
their
of
mama. They should be in the one romantic.
Yeah.
Right, and that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you for having this, conversation with us, for hanging out with us.
You're welcome.
Like, you really gave us, like, you were spitting wisdom, but for a 30-year-old.
Oh my God!
With age comes wisdom. So wisdom. So
thank you so much for having me.
You're so passionate about your business. So guys, check her out at
hairclosets.ng on Instagram. I have,
and you can see an example. Like, she's really looking at like the past.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it.
Just say you're from Enigma Woman, she'll give you discount.
Yeah,
okay.
Discount. So please, thank you for this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yeah.
If you found this video very helpful and then you stuck with us till this point, like, thank you so much for finding this interesting and helpful. So I just want to leave us with this particular saying: follow your timeline. God has a timeline for you. Follow it. It's particular to you. You'll be living somebody else's life miserably if you don't follow God's plan for you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let's see what you think about, the conversations we're having. Was it helpful? Do you have a different opinion? Just let us see that in the comment section. Of course, we'll, reply, and always send us an email. If you want us to, like, read your story out here on the podcast, send us an email. Let's, share. It could help someone. You never can tell. So, follow us across our socials on Instagram, TikTok, Thread, and Facebook at Enigma Woman Podcast. Until we come your way again with another real life issues, and interesting conversations. Love.
Bye.